Today, we're diving into something most sellers don't think about until it's too late. We are talking about the hidden costs of selling your home, the expenses that can sneak up on you before your listing even hits the market. If you're thinking about selling in 2026, this video is going to give you a clear picture of what to expect, what to budget for, and how to avoid unnecessary surprises. Because let's be honest, the last thing you want is to plan your move only to realize you overlooked a few thousands of dollars in extra costs. So grab a coffee, settle in, and let's walk through everything you need to know before you list your home in 2026. So, why do these hidden costs matter? Before we get into the actual list, let me explain why this matters so much. When sellers reach out to me and say, I'm thinking of selling next year, how much should I expect to spend? The truth is, most of them underestimate the cost by a mile. And here's the issue: when you're not prepared, these costs feel stressful. But when you are prepared, they feel manageable, predictable, and part of a well laid plan. So today, I'm going to break everything down: the obvious costs, the not so obvious costs, and the hidden cost almost nobody talks about. The first one is the pre listing preparation costs. These are the repairs and minor fixes. Almost every home needs some level of touch ups before going on the market. And these aren't the huge renovations, they're small things that add up. Patching drywall, fixing door hinges, replacing cracked tiles, updating light fixtures, repairing those leaky faucets you've been wanting to get to, cleaning the scuffed baseboards, and maybe it's a matter of just repainting them. Individually, it's pretty small, but together they can run between $500 to about $2,500 on average. And here's the kicker: buyers notice the small things because they assume big things are also neglected. That's just the buyer psychology. The second thing is paint, the highest ROI upgrade. A fresh coat of paint is almost always worth it. But the hidden cost: you might need more paint than you think. Ceilings, trim, stairs, baseboards, closet, it all adds up. Professional painting can run between $2,000 to $7,000 depending on the size of your home, but it can easily add 10 to 15,000 of perceived value. That's why painters are usually one of the first people we bring in. Number 3 is cleaning, not just the regular cleaning. This is a deep clean. Baseboards, light fixtures, walls, appliances, windows inside and out, carpets, and upholstery. A professional deep clean can range between $300 to $700, carpet cleaning $150 to $400. And yes, even clean homes need deep cleaning before the listing photos. The camera sees everything. Number 4 is the storage and decluttering costs. Sellers are often surprised by this one. Decluttering sometimes means you need to move items out of the home. Options include a storage locker, a portable storage container, or maybe renting a small part of a friend's or family member's garage. Typical cost is probably around $100 to $300 per month. It seems small until you're paying it for 2, maybe 4 months. Number 5 is landscaping and curb appeal touch-ups. Even in Ottawa winters, curb appeal still matters. You may need mulch, shrub trimming, lawn cleanup, pressure washing, snow removal service in winter. Costs can range from $100 to $1,000 depending on the season. Remember, first impressions happen before a buyer even opens the door and walks through your home. The other thing we want to talk about is staging costs. The staging consultation. This is usually the first professional through the door, after me, of course. Most staging consultations range from free to $200 to $300. My staging consultations are included with my services. But what surprises sellers most is what comes next. Number 7 is the furniture and decor rentals. Even if your home is furnished, staging might require accent chairs, artwork, area rugs, lamps, throw pillows, modern bedding, plants, and sometimes mirrors. Furniture rental can range from $500 to $3,000 or $4,000 per month. And here's the hidden part. Sometimes staging companies require a minimum 30 or 60 days, even if your home sells in 3 days. Number 8 is a staging refresh. Many people don't know this exists. If your home sits longer than expected, or if there's a price adjustment, stagers sometimes recommend freshening the design. New bedding, new artwork, fresh plants, new seasonal accents. A refresh cost can range between $150 to $500. It's not mandatory, but it helps keep the listing looking fresh. Next item are the marketing costs. These are not hidden for realtors, but they are often hidden from sellers because not every agent invests in high-end marketing. With me, these are all included. But if you're comparing agents, you should know what things actually cost. Next one is photography. Professional real estate photography in Ottawa ranges between $300 to $1,000 or even $2,000, depending on what is going on with your property. But the hidden cost is when you need a second visit, maybe after the landscaping, maybe after the staging, or maybe after a repair. Second photo sessions can be another 200 to 300 or even more. Next one is videography and reels. Walkthrough videos, drone footage, lifestyle reels, these all cost money. Another item is the pre-listing inspection. This one surprises sellers. Not everyone realizes they can do a home inspection before listing their house. A pre-inspection can show you issues before the buyers find them, and it gives you the opportunity to fix them or repair them before your house actually goes on the market. It can also reduce negotiation stress, increase the buyer confidence, and potentially bring in stronger offers. The cost of these pre-listing inspections could range between $400 to $700. Is it worth it? Almost always. Now let's talk about some closing costs that sellers sometimes forget. Now we get into the financial side. These are the hidden costs most people forget to budget for. Legal fees. To hire a real estate lawyer for your sale, you're usually looking at $1,200 to $2,000, and this includes reviewing the offer, handling the closing paperwork, communicating with your buyer's lawyer, and ensuring proper title transfer. Another one is potentially mortgage payout penalties. If you are breaking your mortgage early, especially a fixed rate, this one can be painful. Penalties can range from $2,000 to $10,000 or even $20,000 in some cases. Speak to your mortgage broker early so you know what you're walking into. Another item is the moving costs. Most people forget to budget for that moving day. Local movers in Ottawa can charge anywhere between $1,000 to $3,000 depending on the size of your home. If you're downsizing and need multiple trips or temporary storage, that cost will go up. Call a few companies, get an idea of what your costs are going to be for that moving day. At least you know ahead of time what those costs are going to be. The other one is utility adjustments and final readings. Things like gas, hydro, water, property taxes. You'll pay or receive prorated amounts depending on your closing date. Not a huge bill, but still a surprise if you're not ready. Here is the cost of doing nothing. This is a cost no one calculates, but it's the most expensive cost of all. The cost of not doing repairs, not staging, not preparing early, not dressing the home or preparing the home for those photos, not fixing paint and not investing where needed. When a home looks unprepared, buyers will see work, maintenance, and money they're going to have to spend. And what do buyers do when they see that? They reduce their offer. Most sellers underestimate how expensive inactivity can be. Skipping a $2,000 paint job could cost you $10,000 or more on the offer. Skipping staging can cost you 20 extra days on market. Skipping touch-ups could cost you the buyer altogether. Preparation always pays for itself. So how do you prepare for these costs? Here's the good news. When we work together, you are never navigating these costs alone. Here's how I help you prepare. Number one is we do a full walkthrough. I show you what matters and what doesn't. Number two, we create a custom preparation plan based on your timeline, budget, and goals for 2026. Number three is I connect you with trusted pros, painters, cleaners, stagers, home inspectors, the best in Ottawa. Number four, I help you avoid unnecessary spending. Not everything needs to be done. Number five, my marketing package covers the big items. Photography, videos, drones, these are all included. When you're prepared, everything becomes smoother, less stressful, and more profitable. So now that you know the hidden costs of selling a home before listing in 2026, you're already way ahead of most sellers. If you want help figuring out what your home needs, reach out at any time. I'd be happy to walk through your property, give you a customized action plan, and help you get everything ready for a successful sale. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. If you found it helpful, feel free to share it, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more straight talk on real estate. I will see you in the next video, but in the meantime, if you have any questions about getting your house ready, make sure to give me a quick call, or you can always email me at jeanricher@jeanricher.com. Merci beaucoup et bonne journée.